Let's play a challenge. Rank the 20 legendary cards and let's see how many you will match with my list. Pause the video, do the ranking, and come back. With the recent buff and the introduction of Goblinstein, Ram Rider reserves a top spot among the most used cards. That's why she gets a full mark on offense. Even though Ram Rider is a win condition, she has a decent defensive ability. Great way to build for a counter attack, that's why she gets a 7/10. With tank support like Mega Knight, she becomes devastating. She can stop even big pushes with card like Tornado. Overall, Ram Rider excels with most control decks. She's definitely a top tier. Another amazing card is the Ice Wizard. He gets a 3/10 due to low damage hit. Amazing crowd control and support with his slow effect. His spawn effect doesn't do much damage as Electro Wizard or Mega Knight. Paired with Tornado or Tombstone, he can stop any attack. It's a solid support card in nearly every deck archetype. Overall, Ice Wizard is tier A. A tanky air unit that does good damage if left unchecked. Weak on defense, mainly serves as an offensive card. With Balloon or Baby Dragon, Lava Hound can crush towers, but on defense, he can stall air pushes but weak without additional support. You can build a deck around Lava Hound. It's a solid tank in air decks but heavily reliant on support units. Massive splash damage, especially when dropped directly onto troops. He gets a 9/10, especially with the evolution boost. On defense, he's a beast, wiping out swarms and medium troops in one stomp. With Miner or Ram Rider or Goblin Barrel, Mega Knight becomes hard to stop. Paired with Electro Wizard or Tornado to dominate large pushes. Even with 7 elixirs cost, Mega Knight fits well in both control and beatdown strategies. Incredible burst damage, but needs protection to reach its target. Sparky scores 10/10 if left unchecked, but actually it's a 6 due to the huge number of counters. Strong against tanks but weak to swarm units, also a 6/10 due to the long charging time. Pair with Giant or Goblin Giant and Rage for devastating pushes. It's very hard to stop Sparky with proper support. It becomes lethal with Tornado or other splash units. A dangerous win condition that can overwhelm your opponent. Not designed for defense, but can pressure opponents to split their elixir, can be used to distract P.E.K.K.A. so 1/10. Devastating with splash units like Poison or Baby Dragon, Graveyard fits into many control decks. However, due to many counters like Goblin Curse, Mother Witch, Arrows, and many other cards, it belongs to tier C. Low damage but turns enemy units into cursed hogs. Amazing against swarm troops. To build for a counter push, she gets an 8/10. Paired with tanky units, she can overwhelm the opponent with hogs. Also, she can turn defense into a massive attack of pigs. Great synergy, especially in swarm-heavy metas. Her spawn bats add pressure to any push, especially behind tanks. She can be annoying to towers. Solid at defending tanks with her constant bat spawning. With ground and air defense, she scores a 9/10. Combined with Golem or Giant, she becomes a powerhouse. Also, with splash support, she can stop most pushes. Overall, she works well in beatdown decks. Fast and high damage, dropping Rage upon death for immediate impact, a very dangerous card if left unchecked. Quick to shut down threats but shines more on offense. 8/10 with the Rage spell upon death, can kill all swarms as well. With Balloon and Freeze, his Rage makes deadly pushes, almost unstoppable attack. Combined with spells, he can shred tanks and swarms. He fits in every deck. Long range and piercing shots allow chip damage across the arena. He will make at least one hit to tower. Great at cleaning up swarms and applying pressure from a distance, but has low damage per second. With Tornado, his piercing arrows can hit multiple units. He can also defend large pushes. Magic Archer requires proper support, otherwise, he's almost useless. Great single target damage with the potential for rebirth, can mostly take out Dagger by himself. Strong against ground and air troops but susceptible to swarm units. With the death damage and pushback effects, he forms a great defense. Allied with tanky units, Phoenix applies massive pressure with its rebirth. This bird can clean up attacks while threatening for a counter push, works in many deck types, especially with rebirth mechanics. Great at stunning enemies to slow down defenses and supports pushes. He doesn't deal much damage by himself. Stops fast attackers and supports in halting big pushes with his stun effect. 8/10 stops almost every push. His stun ensures more hits. With proper support, he can defend large pushes. Electro Wizard fits in every deck, and his spawn damage and effect makes this a phenomenal card. Melts tanks and high health units with its ramping damage. One of the best defensive options against attacks and big pushes. Paired with Miner or Lava Hound, it's a nightmare to deal with. Works well in both air and ground-based decks. Incredible tank killer, but needs protection to shine. Fisherman can pull key defensive units out of the way to support pushes. Amazing for pulling tanks and when conditions like Hog Rider off target. He can control the battlefield and support pushes. Fisherman can distract enemy defenses to clear the way for the tank. He's more defensive than offensive card. Fast and aggressive with her dash, she applies constant pressure. Good against small troops, but struggles against bigger swarms. Paired with bridge spam units, she's deadly in quick pushes, works well in bridge spam, but can fit into other archetypes. Excellent offensive pressure in fast-paced decks. Invisible until he attacks, great for sneaky pressure. Solid on defense due to his invisibility and splash damage. Paired with fast units like Bandit, he becomes hard to handle. He fits in most control and bridge spam decks effortlessly. He's sneaky and versatile. A versatile win condition that can chip away at towers from anywhere. On offense, he scores an 8/10 due to low DPS. Can be used to distract enemy troops, but weak on defense overall. He can take to hits from P.E.K.K.A. Paired with poison or tanks, he excels at chip damage. Great with splash units like Magic Archer to defend and counter attack. A highly flexible win condition with great synergy across many strategies. Her long range allows chip damage while staying safe from most troops. Excellent at clearing swarms from afar, keeping a safe distance. With tanks or other long-range units, she can apply pressure. Paired with buildings or splash units, she can control the battlefield. She perfectly fits in log bait and control decks, but struggles in more aggressive decks. A reliable way to clear low-health troops. Excellent at knocking back and clearing swarms or pushing troops back. The log is great for predictions and can turn the game to your favors. A solid choice in nearly every deck. With log evolution, it will rank up to tier S, but until then, it's a tier A. Goblin Machine, he can be countered easily with low-cost elixirs like Goblin Gang or Skarmy. Even though he has high hit points, his low DPS makes him struggle in defense. Supported by a tank like Giant, he becomes very dangerous. With a 5 elixirs cost, he doesn't fit in most of the meta decks. Overall, decent card on offense and defense, but too weak without support. This is the final list. How many did you guess? Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.